All right, welcome back to Study Ball. We're picking up on Tua Tagovailoa, and we are going to continue on with some of the things that he did really, really well last year. And then we're going to move into some of the things he's got to get better at. But we talked at the end of the last Study Ball about he was good with quick decisions. When he could see it quickly or there was a quick hitter type play where he could get a quick read, he did a nice job. So here's a look. We're going to send a vertical here, and we're going to bring a guy into the middle, looking to throw this guy. If I get a squeeze, I've got another guy coming from the outside that I'm going to work to. And you see it right here. Chargers really kind of mess this up. We go through here, and this backer should pass him off to the next guy. As this guy goes inside, this backer should pass him off to the backer inside of him, and we should drop and be able to cover all of this. So not a great concept, but you see right here. Those two guys jumped that. Nice job by Tua. You see the timing, get the ball out of his hands on the break. Really well done there with the quick read, getting the ball out of his hands and the accuracy once again. Out in the red zone, we know everything happens faster. So they're going to get a vertical, they're going to get a vertical corner, and they're going to get a quick little hook right in here on the inside. Okay? And we always like to read this, or at least I like to read it, low to high when I'm in the red zone. I don't want to have to throw it through all these bodies when we don't have a lot of space. I'd rather hit the things underneath and make them tackle here. But you'll see, got two verticals, carry, both underneath guys carry down here. Even though they've got help over the top, they both carry. Great recognition by Tua. Ball's out of his hands. Look how quickly the ball gets out of his hands. His guy's just making his break. Ball's out of his hands. Give it to your playmaker. Because everybody's running, now you give your guy a chance to make a play after he gets the ball in his hands, and we get a touchdown. We throw the underneath guy, the shortest guy, the guy when you draw up this play that you might say, oh, the one guy that doesn't have a chance to score a touchdown because everybody else is getting in the end zone is this guy right here. Doesn't matter. Get down here, get the ball in your playmaker's hands, let them do something with it, make the defense tackle. We get a touchdown right there. Okay, we're going to see the play action. Again, we talked about the RPO game, but the play action, the ability to make fakes, turn, recognize things, and quick feet to get set and get the ball out of his hands. Really, really well done right here, even as he's turning his back, right? He turns his head, turns his back to the throw, able to turn, recognize the linebacker stepping up, feeling the window, where it's at, and then look, he splits these two defenders with the throw, and the timing is good. We don't want our receiver to get too many steps out of his break, and the receiver does a nice job of continuing to flatten right here, but getting it out quick, ball out in front of him, great placement on the play action. Again, certain things that we can build off of with Tua. But as with most rookies, we've got to be able to think faster, be able to process information. A lot of those things that we were looking at were his first read, right? We saw a couple that he got to his second read, but so much of it is, hey, if I know what I'm getting or the play call is right, boom, I can get the ball out of my hands, get it to the first read, and move on. Okay, he had some problems when he had to process things and hold it, and then maybe the biggest thing was holding it and having to take the second level throws. So we're going to see a play right here where we're going to have, I don't know if it's a choice or an out here. We're going to have a corner over the top, and then we're going to have a couple shallows here. So there's a couple ways to look at this, but for me, when I've got three guys, 1, 2, and 3, moving in this direction, even though I may have a mesh here against man, the read for me is going to be this quick out. If I got that, take it. Then I'm going to read to the high-low that goes over the top of it on the corner, and then I'm going to read to this shallow and then to the backside so my eyes can stay one side and I can gradually work across instead of having to work over to this side and then try to work back and be able to read the concept on the other side. So let's watch how this plays out. So good coverage right here on the outbreaker. Maybe if he puts the ball in perfect position to the outside, he has it, but pretty good coverage right there. So then my eye should go up over the top. They blow this. Everybody else is playing man. This guy happens to fall off and pick up somebody else's guy as this corner's trying to run across. There is your throw that right there. Be able to read things. Okay, maybe you want to throw the things underneath. I get it. But let that play out. Go for the shots, read your concept, and then work back to your shallows. And in this particular case, misses this deep one. I mean, this is a huge play right here with the progression. Should have been there. Struggles, can't find it. They actually cover these shallows really, really well because they passed it off. But due to the pass off, they messed up the first part of it. Can't find anybody here and ends up taking a sack or just getting back to the line of scrimmage. So the ability to understand what you're seeing, stay with your progressions. Here's another look. We're going to bring pressure off this side. We said he's done a nice job of seeing pressure and handling pressure for the most part. But here's a situation where he doesn't see it real well. He's got two hitches over there to this side, and he's looking that way. I'm not really sure what he saw. Either one of these guys you can take right now. Even if you don't see the pressure, you're coming back and you're trying to take one of these quick throws. I want you to watch the drop. Takes a big three-step drop. This is a three-step drop with these routes when you're under center. When you're in shotgun, it's got to be quicker than that. So I think that's one of the problems is they're turning, he's not ready to throw. We got to mesh our feet with the route. Right? He's not ready to throw. Now he's stuck because by the time he gets there, he may feel these guys starting to drive, even though I still think he had both throws. So now in a little panic mode, doesn't really have anything to do, isn't given a real good concept over here. We got three guys here in this tight little triangle, no place to throw it to that side, but ends up being a sack because his feet didn't mesh. He wasn't ready to get the ball out of his hands and takes a sack there. So always things to grow on, especially with the speed of the game. Okay, this is similar to what we saw down in the red zone. I don't know, we're running some kind of a return route here. We got a corner over the top, and then we got a shallow. So I'm not really sure the concept here, but we're always going to read when something like this happens, is we're going to feel what happens underneath, and then I'm assuming we're going to go shallow to corner to this return that's coming back late. So he's got the shallow there, okay? That's a choice, okay, based on what this guy does, right? If he's deep enough, you could take your shallow right there, okay? If he's not deep enough, then you can wait for your return to come, and while you're waiting for your return, peek over the top at the corner. Now, this is a situation where you expect this corner to fall back and take the corner here, of course. And now you've got the shallow. Shoot, this guy could take the shallow. Now you're hoping that the return wins off of this guy. So initial look says, well, we're probably not going to have the corner over the top. But that's why we read it. Always have to verify what's going on. So he's in here. His eyes look to be in here. Okay, no problem. I have no problem not throwing the shallow here. But then settle in and read through this and see what's happening. Starting to get a little impatient in the pocket. Eyes are starting to move, starting to see the pressure. And so he's got an opportunity here with a big throw if he stays with it, or even to stay there and come back on this after that guy runs past him. He's got some options over there. You see, comes out way late, even though he does find it eventually. Gets a little bit of panic in the pressure, starts to slide away, has to throw it falling away. Instead of kind of settling in there and making the throw on time, makes the throw on time, and that's a big play. But his receiver actually does a nice job. Look at this. Receiver does a nice job knowing that it's late, coming back and fighting underneath this so they get the play. And they get that chunk throw, something that he didn't make a lot of, but a little bit late. Getting there, just needs to process things a little bit faster as we were talking about. Okay? We talked about one good play action. Process things quicker. Trust what you're seeing. Be ready to throw it. Okay? You'll see at the top of his drop, the last one that he threw, play fake, stuck that foot in the ground, let it go. He's got the same type of relationship, same type of throw, but watch the little hop he has. He gets back there, sticks, hops. Now he's trying to throw it. And because of that little hesitation, in this league, little hesitation means the defense is going to have a chance to make a play. Great coverage anyways, but you got to let that go before he turns. Turns his head. Now, too much time for that defender to make a play. Something that should have been intercepted right here. But once again, it's about the processing a little bit faster. Not a horrible throw, not a horrible play, but it's a difference between college and pro, right? You're a little bit late on something. In the pros, somebody's going to make a play on that, and you're going to find yourself in trouble. Okay, so here's another one. Off the play fake, patience in the pocket. You can see him kind of moving and getting impatient in the pocket. So they've got a deep shot here. Then they've got an over coming to this side, and the back's probably going to leak out to that side late. So it's a natural progression read for the most part. Eyes should be over here the entire time, and it comes out just like you expect it to. But the impatience in the pocket, especially impatience when he's trying to make these chunk throws. When he's getting it out quick, he's much better. Not impatient, knows where he's going, get the ball out of his hands. These chunk throws, something he's got to work on. See the impatience here? He starts dancing around, trying to buy time, and by that point, he misses the opportunity for a big chunk throw. So if there's one thing that he's got to get better on, it's his patience, understanding, and then being able to be aggressive enough to attack some of these throws down the field where he was very hesitant to make those decisions and specifically make those throws, and it hurt this football team that needed more big plays from the quarterback position.